The mighty Colorado River once flowed free and wild on the border of Arizona. In the United States, only the Mississippi River is longer than the Colorado River. It ran free and untamed for hundreds of years in our country, which started to become an issue. The river would seasonally flood, destroying farms and towns on its banks. This was due to large amounts of snowmelt from the Rocky Mountains and northern Arizona. In the summer, dry spells would hit and the river would shrink in size, leaving farmers' crops and cattle dead. Politicians began to have conversations about controlling the Colorado River to prevent future flooding and store water to be used later. President Hoover was notified of this problem and approved 6 construction companies to build the highest dam in the world. He named it the Hoover Dam. Hydroelectric dams were becoming popular at the time, especially because they had a low economic impact, low operational cost, and could deliver power with 90% efficiency. It cost around $400 per kilowatt to operate an oil-fired generator and only $69 per kilowatt for a hydroelectric generator. As you can see here, hydroelectric dams have the lowest cost to amount of electricity produced. When in operation, the water is directed 500 feet through 4 downward sloping tubes that each measure 30 feet in diameter and feed 17 massive turbine blades to spin the generators. This is how the dam generates a massive 1.33 million kilowatts of electricity for distribution to the western states. To put it into perspective, the amount of water that can pass through the dam is equivalent to the volume of water that flows over Niagara Falls. Men worked countless hours blasting through rock with dynamite to build the dam. An emergency spillway tube was also built, being 50 feet in diameter. The dam was built using reinforced concrete in Lego sections to create an upward swooping hyperbolic curve that creates exceptional strength. When completed, it stood as tall as a 60-story building, reaching a height of 726 feet tall. To construct the dam, 3.25 million cubic yards of concrete were used to reach the final height. Over 21,000 men worked on building the Hoover Dam, and ultimately 96 men perished during construction. When the Hoover Dam was completed, it included a road that passed over the top of the dam and significantly decreased the travel time between Arizona and Las Vegas. 4 giant towers were constructed as intakes to let water pass through the dam. The Hoover Dam helped solve many water-related issues through the development of a very complex water distribution system, including the Central Arizona Project. Fast forwarding to the end of 2014, the Hoover Dam system has supplied about 500 billion gallons of water to the Southwest. As you can see from this pie graph, the dam had many purposes for being built. There is no doubt that the Hoover Dam is one of the most marvelous civil engineering structures ever created.